All right, today we're going to talk about multiplying decimals, section 2.5. Okay, our goal for today that goes along with our GVC is that I can multiply multi-digit decimals. So last week we talked about how to multiply decimals. We were introduced to this idea. So today we're going to go over some of the basic steps that we need to follow when we are multiplying decimals. We'll practice together and then I'll let you practice on your own. Okay, multiplying decimals. When multiplying decimals, first you must stack the numbers normally so that both numbers on the far right line up. Okay? We're going to stack both numbers and scoot them far to the right so that both numbers line up. Okay, number 2, multiply normally, ignoring the decimal. One of the biggest keys when we're multiplying decimals is when we start or we're introduced to multiplying decimals, we're so distracted by the decimal being there that we don't realize that we just need to take a deep breath, stack them on top of each other, and just multiply like normal. Really, the decimal doesn't change anything until the very end of the problem. Okay, our very last step is count the numbers to the right of the decimal and then move the decimal the appropriate spaces to the left. Okay, so we start on the right and we move the decimals to the left, starting from the end of the number. Okay, so let's get some practice so that we have an idea of what we're talking about. So if we have 12.35, we're going to stack them times. Okay, it says stack them so that the numbers on the right line up. Okay, so the 2 is going to be here, 0.5. So we do not line up the decimal. All right, so now the next thing I need to do is multiply normally, ignoring the decimal. Okay, so we're just going to multiply like normal. First thing I need to do is multiply the 2 times everything on the top. I'm going to do that in purple and I'll do the next one in orange. Okay, so 2 times 5 is 10, carry the 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 2 times 2 is 4. And 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, let me grab my orange pen. So now, when I get to my second number, I need to add a place value, 0. Now I'm going to multiply 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 3 is 15. Oh, sorry, plus this 5 times 5 is 25, carry the 2. So now 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 is 17, carry the 1. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11, carry the 1. And 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. So now I need to add my numbers together. I'll go back to purple. Okay, so 0 plus 0 is 0. 7 plus 5 is 12, carry the 1. 7 plus 4 is 11, plus 1 is 12, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4. And 6 plus 0 is 6. So now the very last step said, count the numbers to the right of the decimal. Well, I have 3 numbers to the right of the decimal. The 2, the 5, and the 3 are all to the right of the decimal place. Okay? So I'm going to start from the right side of my number, and I'm going to move the decimal the appropriate amount of spaces to the left, which is 1, 2, 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3, and place my decimal. So my answer is 64.220, or in other words, 64 and 220 thousandths. Okay, let's try another one. 7.371 times, remember, we stack them like normal. We do not line up the decimal, so the 8 needs to go here, the 6 needs to go here, and the 5 needs to go here. Okay, the decimal is between the 6 and the 8. Okay, if you need me to, I can make the decimal in another color there to make sure that we know that it's there. So now, we're going to multiply like normal. We have 3 sets of numbers to multiply. The 8 times everything on top, and then the 6 times everything on top, and then the 5 times everything on top. So we should have 3 stacks of numbers. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 7 is 56. Carry the 5. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 5 is 29. And 8 times 7 is 56, plus 2 is 58. Okay, now I need to add a 0. Okay, I'll switch to orange so I know that now I'm on my 6. Okay, 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 7 is 42. Carry the 4. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 4 is 22. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 2 is 42. Okay. Now I'm back to the 5. I need to add 2 place value zeros. I'm on my 3rd number, so I add 2 zeros because I'm multiplying by the hundreds place. So I need to get to the hundreds place. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 7 is 35. Carry the 3. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 is 18. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 7. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 1 is 36. Okay, now we need to add them all up. 8 plus 0 is 8. 6 plus 6 is 12. Carry the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. Plus 5 more is 17. 8 plus 2 is 10. Plus 5 is 15. Plus 1 is 16. Okay. 5 plus 1 is 6. 7, 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. 6 plus 4 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. And 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay, so long number here. Now I need to count how many numbers to the right of the decimal. Well, I have an 8, a 1, a 7, and a 3. So that's 4 numbers to the right of the decimal. So I'm going to start from the right side and move it over 1, 2, 3, 4 places. So my answer is 416 and 6,728 10,000ths. Okay, so now I would like you to practice, pause and try 9.47 or 9 and 47 hundredths times 3 and 38 hundredths. Then pause and try 142 and 1/10 times 2 and 34 hundredths. Don't forget to follow your steps up here. Okay, when you're finished, come and check them with me. When you have been passed off, you can grab your assignment and start your assignment.